All right, guys, this is Mariah Bailey, and today we're going to be doing a yoga sequence that primarily focuses on our lower body. So our hips, our knees, our ankles, our feet. For my athletes out there, this series is going to be really great for you to be doing either before or after any type of workout, even before and after any type of workout. So go ahead and grab your mat and let's get started. Your feet. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. And once we're on our hands and knees, you want to line the wrists right underneath the shoulders, walk the knees about hip distance apart. And then from here, bring the big toes together, touching. Just send your hips back, child's pose. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, come back up. And walk the hands forward, resting the forehead down onto your mat, rotating the sit bones up towards the ceiling, coming into your puppy pose. Breathe. And then just begin to walk your hands back up underneath of you. We're going to tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, and come into your downward facing dog. Walking your heels out one at a time here. And bring the heels back to the center. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, just walk your feet back up between your hands. Round your back, tuck your chin. Inhale, roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Rotate your palms out away from you. And once you're up, just lift that right knee up. Maybe you can grab a hold of it with your elbow. You can use your hand if you want to. Just pull that knee in towards you, extending your left arm straight out. Inhale, open that right knee up. If you fall in and out of it, don't worry. Exhale, pull that knee back in. Inhale, open that knee up. Exhale, pull that knee back in. And then from here, just release that knee and lower that leg all the way down. Go ahead and keep that right arm extended. We're going to lift that left knee up, hug that left knee in towards you. So this standing posture, we're working the stabilizer muscles of the ankles. We're also starting to warm up the hips and knees. So inhale, just open that knee up. Exhale, come back to the center. Inhale, open that knee up. Exhale, bring it back to the center. Inhale, open it back up, hold. Exhale, bring it back to the center, release your hand, and lower that leg all the way down. Lower your palms down by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fall. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your head, then your chest. Sweep your arms all the way up, palms together touching. Exhale, fold, flat back, arms extended. And once you're down, we're going to start to get into the hamstrings here. Just grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. Relax the belly and feel that length of the spine as you pull the hamstrings up towards you. From here, just begin to rotate from side to side. So your hips go one way, your head and your arms go the other way. Breathe. Come back to the center. Release your hands down. Come into a squat. Inhale, sweep your arms up, taking your chair pose. Bring your palms together. Lift all 10 toes up. That'll keep you from hurting your knees. Exhale, fold down, let your rib cage touch, then straighten the legs out. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. As you exhale, we're going to step back with your right foot, then your left foot, come into your plank, lower the knees down, send the hips back, child's pose. Inhale, lift the hips back up. As you exhale, tuck the toes under, come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg comes straight up. Exhale, send that right foot between your hands, lower your back knee down. Palms together touching. Inhale, sweep your arms up and back. And then from here, hold your arms up. Just walk that front foot forward as you sink your hips forward and down. And breathe. And now just lower the hands down. Step that right knee back to meet your left knee. Send your hips back, child's pose, and breathe. Inhale, lift your hips. Tuck your toes under. Come into your downward facing dog. Inhale, that left leg comes straight up. As you exhale, step that left foot between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Bring your palms together, touching. Inhale, sweep your arms up and back. Keep sinking your hips forward and down as you look up at your upper thumbs. Imagine that you're pulling your inner thighs in towards each other. That will protect your hip flexors. And take another deep inhale in. As you exhale, just lower your hands down. Step that left knee back to meet your right. Send your hips back. Come in to child's pose and breathe. Inhale, lift your hips. Tuck your toes under. Come into your downward facing dog. From here, we're just going to lift that right leg up and just open your right hip, knee, and toes out to the side. So you don't want to drop into that left shoulder, but you can really open up your right hip. Now bend your right knee, turn that right knee straight up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Turn that right knee back down, align your hips, and then just step that right foot between your hands. Rotate your back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, reach out and down. Just step that right foot back to meet your left. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg comes straight up. As you exhale, just open that left hip, knee, and toes to the side. Again, staying out of that right shoulder, but really opening up the left hip. Bend that left knee, rotate that left knee up towards the ceiling. And now just rotate that left knee back down, square off your hips. Step that left foot between your hands, rotate your back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Sink the hips forward and down, but pull your torso back towards your center line. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, reach out and down. Just step that left foot back to meet your right. Lower your knees down, send your hips back. Come into child's pose and breathe. Inhale, lift your hips up. Tuck your toes under. Come into your downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop your feet behind your hands. With your fingertips on the earth, inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. As you exhale, just drop your hips down into your malasana. Going as low as you can go for you. Use your elbows to help you press your knees apart as you bring your thumbs to your heart center. Nice deep breaths. So if your heels are not on the ground here, that's okay. They'll get there eventually. And now just lower the hands down. Lift your hips up. Turn your toes forward. Heel toe your feet either right in line with your hips or bring your big toes together, touching. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your head, then your chest. Sweep your arms all the way up. As you exhale, just open up to your right. Turn your toes and your feet so that they face the long side of your mat. Turn your toes slightly in towards each other. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Hinge from the hips and just hook your big toes with your index and middle fingers. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the heart. Exhale, fold back down. Shift your weight slightly forward. Let your head hang. Bend your elbows, pulling your shoulder blades onto your back. Start to feel that deep stretch in your hamstrings, keeping a slight bend in your knees. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. As you exhale, just release your toes. Walk your hands to your right, turning your right foot out at about a 45-degree angle. Just shift into your right knee as you turn your left toes up towards the ceiling. So you might not come all the way as down, but don't sit on the ground either. So if you're right here, that's okay. Just going wherever you need to go for you. Keep the left toes turned up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your hips back up. As you exhale, turn your right toes back in line with your left. Walk your hands to your left. Turn your left foot and toes out. Shift your weight to your left and turn your right toes up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale, lift your hips back up. Walk yourself back to the center. From here, I want you to turn both feet out away from you. Then you're just going to walk your hands slightly forward, a little bit farther forward than your shoulders. Lower your knees down onto the earth, and then make your way onto your elbows and forearms. So once you're here, kind of find your hips in that neutral position. Interlace your fingers in front of you and just shift your weight forward so that your chin comes over your hands. Send the weight of your hips back. And now pull your chin over your hands. Send the weight of your hips back, almost like they're gonna come behind your knees. Inhale, shift your chin forward, hold here. As you exhale, just bring your hips back. Place your hands flat, lift your knees up and walk your hands back towards your center line. From here, inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. As you exhale, place your hands on your waist. Pull your elbows in. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Just bring your hands in your namaste. Release your hands down by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fall. Inhale, lift and lengthen through your heart. Exhale, hopper step right back, chaturanga. Flip the toes back. Inhale, upward dog. As you exhale, come back into plank. Just lower your knees down. Send your hips back. Come into child's pose and breathe. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Keep your knees together touching. Just pull your heels away from each other. Keep your big toes turned in towards each other. And then just begin to walk your hips back between your heels, rolling your calves out away from you. Just lowering the hips down as low as they will go for you. So don't hurt your knees here. Just be okay with where you are. If your hips don't touch, that's fine. Find that nice straight spine. And now if you can, go ahead and just make your way onto your elbows and forearms. I'm going to scoot forward here. Make your way onto your elbows and forearms. Keep your chin tucked to your chest. Breathe. And now from here, coming all the way down if it's available to you, in this variation of our hero's pose. If you're all the way down, keep your arms extended up and over your head. Nice deep breaths. And if you're all the way down, just make your way onto your elbows and forearms. And then just begin to make your way all the way up. Lift your hips up and very, very gently, very carefully begin to step back out into your plank. Once you're in your plank, just send your hips up and back downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg comes straight up. Exhale, right foot between your hands, lower your back knee down. From here, we're gonna walk that right foot over to the left side of your mat. The first thing I want you to notice is that you're gonna square off your ankle and your knee. So this ankle's never gonna pull behind the knee. Just gonna lower that right knee down. Keep the ankle and the knee in line. So even if your knee has to stay lifted for that to happen, just let it. Sink that knee down. If it's available to you, you can go ahead and make your way onto your elbows and forearms. But do an honest check with yourself again to see if that heel has pulled behind the knee. And if it has, then you need to come up a little bit. If you can make your way all the way down, go ahead. Keep pressing through the ball mound of your right big toe. This will keep the ankle rolled up off the mat. Good. And now just begin to make your way back up. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your hips up and step right back, downward facing dog. Single pigeon on our left side now. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, send that left foot between your hands, lower that back knee down. Walking that front left foot over to the right side of your mat. Square off your ankles and your knee. Just lower that left knee down. So you might be tighter on one side than the other. My left side is much tighter than my right. Just be honest with yourself. Don't hurt yourself here. Wherever you are, keep rotating the right hip in line with your left. And if you're able to make it on to your elbows and forearms, go ahead. Breathe. And then if you can make it all the way down, folding all the way out over that left leg, go ahead. If you're all the way down, go ahead and make your way back up. So single pigeon really opens up our hips, knees, and our ankles. Tuck your back toes under. Lift that back knee up and step back, downward facing dog. Take another deep inhale in. As you exhale, bend your knees. Lower your knees back down, but keep your toes tucked under. Just walk your hips back, sitting on top of your heels. So if you can't keep your toes tucked under here, then back out of it, but try to keep the toes tucked under as long as you can. So our feet are one of the most underestimated parts of our body, but they really hold more muscles than any other areas of our body. So when we take any type of toe squat, we are really stretching through the plantar fascia of the foot and all these important muscles that really keep us standing and walking and running throughout our day. So keep pulling your heels in towards each other. You're gonna really feel the pressure on that big toe. Nice deep breaths, keep that nice straight spine. And now from here, just come off of your heels, come onto the palms of your hands, untuck your toes, and just sit on your heels with your feet flat. Kind of stretching out the top part of our foot there. And now just make your way back onto your elbows and forearms. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips, and step back, downward facing dog. Take another deep inhale in. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward, hop through, and sit. Just extend your legs all the way out in front of you. Turn your toes up towards the ceiling. Place that right foot flat. Then pull that right heel back to the outside of your right glute. So you want to keep that heel pulled into your right glute, but pull it just outside. Keep your left toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Release your hands. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Always just being honest with yourself where you are. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, release. So we're gonna keep this right foot where it is. Just gonna interlace your fingers and interlace them around your right knee, keeping that right foot flat. Inhale, lift that right knee up and pull it in towards your center line. You're gonna feel that stretch at the very top of your foot and ankle. Nice deep breaths. Take another deep inhale in, exhale, lower that knee back down. Inhale, lift that knee up, pull the knee in towards the center line. No matter how far the knee is off the ground, keep pulling it in towards your center line. Exhale, lower that knee back down. One more time, inhale, lift that knee back up. Exhale, lower that knee back down. Very gently release that right foot and extend that right leg all the way out in front of you. Roll up onto the two bones you sit on, bend that left knee, place that left foot flat, and then pull that left foot behind you just to the outside of your left glute. Turn your right toes straight up towards the ceiling. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, come back up. And exhale here. Just interlace your fingers around your left knee. Keep that top part of your left foot flat. Inhale, lift that knee up. Pull your knee in towards your chest and in towards your center line. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift that knee up and in towards your center line. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale, lift that knee up, pull it in towards your center line, hold here. Feel that stretch through the top part of your foot. And exhale, lower that knee back down. From here, just release that left foot, place your left foot flat, bend both knees, and then just make your way onto your elbows and forearms. Once you're on your elbows and forearms, just keep the soles of your feet together touching. We're gonna butterfly those knees open to the side. Place your left hand on your heart, your right hand just above your belly button. Nice deep breaths. Stretching through the groin muscles, the hip muscles. Inhale, lift your knees back up, pull them in towards each other, release your hands, and just extend your legs all the way out in front of you. So we've done a pretty good job today of opening up some of the crucial areas of our lower body, our hips, our knees, our ankles, our feet. So now we're just going to take a few moments here of rest like we do at the end of every yoga practice. And allow the energy centers of our body that we just opened to sort of enjoy the opening. So bring the big toes together, touching, pull your heels as far apart away from each other as they'll go for you. And then just let your feet hang open to the side. Press through your palms, find length in your spine. Rotate your palms up towards the ceiling. And just close your eyes. Separate your teeth and your lips. Just feel how good that lower body feels, with new life running through it. Let go of the breath. Just for a few more moments, just allow yourself to be. Just begin to bring your awareness back into your physical body. And take a deep inhale in and exhale out. With your next inhale, just sweep your arms over your head. Stretch and reach through your right side. Stretch and reach through your left side, and just relax here. Allow everything to be soft. Bend your knees, pull your knees in towards your chest, and with your eyes closed, just roll to the right side, resting your head on your right arm, bringing your left arm all the way around in front of you. Now, using your left hand to help you up, just come up into a comfortable seated position, crossing your legs, placing the backs of your hands on the tops of your knees, palms facing up. Allowing ourselves to come back to that conscious breath again. And remembering that as we open up these energy centers and these areas of our body that allow new life, new prana to flow through us, we become so much more well-adjusted. And now bringing your hands to your heart center in the Anjali Mudra as an act of gratitude and balance. Thank you for practicing with me, and namaste.